I want you to work on that, please. Whenever we're having differences here, we are seeing or sensing some subtle hostility from people from your office. So, which makes me wonder if they involve themselves in politics. By so saying, I'm not saying they must worship the ground that we walk on, but you can actually see that whenever you raise something or you say something about the mayor, do you remember last time at municipality as well for, let me congratulate directly the DA for being the most financially sustainable municipality. But when it comes to performance bonuses, I wish it can be extended to people who are doing the actual work on the ground, who are the general workers. Councillor Sithole has always been raising this issue consistently, so that it must not only be, I understand in terms of the FMAA, it is the senior managers that have to be rewarded. But can you please extend it to the ground level as well? Because I feel like whenever we want to take pictures, this is where we go to these people and say, hey guys, there's something that is happening. Midvaal is the most sustainable municipality. However, when it comes to rewards, it is only the managers who are seated there. Can you also extend?
Thank you, Councillor. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Speaker, thank you so much. Councillor Kwena's comment is noted regarding treatment that he receives from my office. I think it will be looked into. All of our employees, even those in the lower levels of the municipality. This was exactly my thinking, part of the mayoral committee's discussions, that yes, we receive clean audits, yes, we are the most financially sustainable municipality, but how do we reward even your general workers, people that are on the ground, that are wearing the boots, that do make sure that we, that we get all these achievements and accolades. And Councillor Kwena, you'll be happy to hear that in the new financial year, we definitely going to be rewarding them appropriately, as you have said. So I'm glad that you have raised that. So that will definitely come within the new financial year. I thank you.
Are there any other members who have congratulations or condolences? Yes, MMC.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I'd like to send our condolences to the Jonasi family. Sibosiso is our DA councillor in this debate at the loss of their niece. They were twins and one of them succumbed to illness. We're just saying condolences to the family.
Thank you, MMC. I see a hand. Is that clear there?
Yes, Speaker, thank you very much. I would like to do congratulations to Midvaal and all the top 4 municipalities in South Africa. What an achievement. And also to Midvaal again for the 10th consecutive audit. Thank you. And I would like to extend this congratulations to every single councillor and person in this municipality. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Any others? Are we done? Thank you. Ms. Chabalala.
Confirmation of minutes of previous meeting. Recommendation that the minutes of the third council meeting held on 26 March 2024 be approved.
I presume you've all perused the minutes of the previous meeting. Does anybody have any issues, any corrections? Can we accept the minutes as correct? Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala.
Questions of which notice has been given? There are none. Motions or proposals deferred from previous meeting.
If I may just go back to the questions of which notice has been given and just address an issue there quickly. I did receive a formal question from the Chief Whip of the ANC but it was 2 days ago. And then I looked into the rules, and in terms of 1B, it informs us that we can accept questions for the agenda so long as they arrive in my office 10 days prior to the date of the meeting. That letter came 2 days ago. Then it also provides in section 21(3) of the standing orders that before the hearing of the meeting, and I deem it urgent, then I can admit it to the agenda. I did not deem the issues raised urgent, as it's issues that I had already raised and replied to in January this year, and I thought on that basis I can hardly justify it as being urgent. So these questions will appear on next month's agenda under questions of which notice has been given. Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala?
The report of the Mayoral Committee.
Executive Mayor?
Thank you so much, Speaker, Speaker of Council, Councillor Ellen McLachlan, Chief Whip, Alderman Paul Pretorius, Alderman Corey Papers, Alderman Moiponi Modikeng, members of the Mayoral Committee, fellow councillors, municipal managers, heads of departments, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good day, Sanbonani, goeiemiddag. Okay, respond. I've given you an option. Speaker, on Saturday, 27 April, we will celebrate Freedom Day to commemorate the first democratic elections held in South Africa on the 27th of April, 1994. These elections were pivotal, marking the dawn of a new era where every citizen, regardless of race, could exercise. Since then, our country has made great strides in fostering inclusivity, championing human rights, and upholding dignity for all. While we've achieved remarkable progress in advancing the rights of our people, it's crucial to acknowledge that our work towards equality and justice is ongoing. There is still much to do in creating an equal opportunity South Africa. As a municipality, we are committed to protecting the rights of all of our residents. In the words of the former President of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, open quote, "Thus shall we live, because we will have created a society which recognizes that all people are born equal, with each entitled in equal measure to life, liberty, prosperity, human rights, and good governance." I close quote. We will continue to play our part by ensuring access to basic services, enabling a safe, healthy community and environment, progress and delivery. We will invest in our infrastructure to unlock Midvaal's economic potential, thereby creating jobs and reducing poverty. We will continue to advocate and fight for our residents, contributing towards a more prosperous and equal society. I would like to turn to our service delivery efforts and accomplishments. Speaker, the municipality recently received 6 top-notch skid units and 6 fire trailers designed to combat grass and wildland fires. Liter tank, a high-pressure pump, and a 30-meter hose reel. The fire trailers come equipped with a 750-liter tank, a high-pressure pump, and a 30-meter hose reel. In addition to the equipment, our fire station received major upgrades with the addition of a state-of-the-art mass major pumper. This elevates our total fire fleet to 13, complemented to 7 light-duty vehicles. The equipment will play a crucial role in safeguarding our areas against fires, especially as the fire season officially starts. Speaker, in January of this year, we launched the Mayoral Student Financial Aid Program. The Mayoral Student Financial Aid is a result of the Buang Bacha campaign and a successful youth summit that we hosted in November 2023. I thought Councillor Kwena will clap hands there, but nevertheless. During the Buang Bacha campaign, young people from Midvaal expressed the need for more support from the municipality for those pursuing higher education and qualifications. A total of 750,000 rand was allocated to this development and empowerment initiative. We received over 100 applications from aspiring students from across the municipality. I'm delighted to announce that 29 deserving applicants were selected. 7 of the students have received top-of-the-range laptops, and 22 students received assistance, registration, tuition, and books. The Mayoral Student Financial Aid demonstrates our unwavering commitment to fulfilling the mayoral undertaking of creating opportunities for all. It showcases our proactive efforts to realize the promise made to the residents of Midvaal. Speaker, the municipality received 10 state-of-the-art tractors and 4 advanced slashers. The tractors and slashers were procured through the capital rands. This procurement is aimed at bolstering our existing fleet and enhancing our capabilities by adding to our grass-cutting cycle. This investment reaffirms our dedication to maintaining the pristine appearance of our community, ensuring a well-kept and pleasing environment for all of our residents. Speaker, we also welcomed a new compactor truck to elevate our waste collection efforts and make a positive impact on the environment. This addition to our compactor enhances our existing fleet, bolstering our total fleet to 4 units. The municipality also procured and welcomed a new sewer vacuum jetting machine. The jetting truck will play a vital role in the maintenance of our sewer and septic systems. Speaker, the rehabilitation of Johan Leroux is ongoing. Johan Leroux plays a critical role in the movement of goods and services, which is essential to the local economy. Over the years, the road deteriorated due to factors such as wear and tear, weather conditions, traffic loads, and other environmental factors. The rehabilitation project will involve the complete rebuilding of the road structure and the removal of the existing pavement. Speaker, I am especially proud that through this project, we were able to empower our local SMMEs and residents. At least 10 local SMMEs were hired to provide various services such as TLB hire, security, paving, site establishment, and drainage. At least 14 locals were also hired to work on the project, and a community liaison officer was also appointed for this particular project. I think that deserves a round of applause. Speaker, we are in the midst of a significant endeavor to enhance our infrastructure by resurfacing worn-out roads. The meticulous process entails the removal of layers, followed by the application of fresh surfacing. The streets earmarked for this revitalization effort include Kwefuel, Edna May, and Brockett streets. To accomplish this, the municipality is committing a total investment of 3.5 million rand to this particular project. This initiative aims to elevate the quality of our roads, prolonging their lifespan, and thereby improving safety for motorists. Speaker, as part of the National Library Week, Midvaal Local Municipality officially opened a state-of-the-art postcard studio at the Strelo Library. This innovative facility aims to empower community members to create and share their stories, ideas, and voices through the medium of podcasts. The podcast studio is equipped with recording equipment and editing software. This platform will serve as a creative hub where individuals of all ages and backgrounds can explore the art of podcasting, express themselves, and engage with diverse topics relevant to the community. We are hopeful that this establishment of the podcast studio will serve as a valuable resource for empowering our people. We hope that in the long term, the studio will lead to employment opportunities for people interested in producing, hosting, and technical work, as well as marketing. We envision the podcast studio as a platform where individuals can monetize their content, attract sponsors, or develop related services such as audio production or event hosting. Speaker, we launched a mobile library bus to promote literacy, learning, and to improve accessibility for residents living in the remote areas of the municipality. The library bus service will go beyond the brick and mortar location, bringing library services directly to communities that lack traditional libraries in their areas. Midvaal is leveraging technologies like the ones in our mobile library bus, such as e-books, educational apps, multimedia content, and internet access to break down barriers to learning and information for communities across our municipality. Through this initiative, we aim to inculcate a culture of reading, promote digital literacy, and empower individuals to pursue educational and enrichment goals. Speaker, on the 20th of March 2024, we donated 40 wheelchairs and 20 crutches as part of our commitment to community welfare and supporting individuals with mobility challenges. This initiative aligns with the municipality's mission of being a people-centered and compassionate institution. As a local government, we know that our responsibility goes beyond merely delivering basic services. We must actively engage in social upliftment initiatives to support the vulnerable in our communities. By taking on a more comprehensive approach to governance, address not only the immediate needs of our communities, but also work towards fostering sustainable development and improving the overall well-being of our residents. Midvaal Municipality pledges to continue to do more with the limited resources we have to support different groups in our community. We want to create a Midvaal that is accessible to all. We want to build a Midvaal that all our residents can proudly call home. Speaker, the Mamelo housing development has been a source of heartache for many of our residents in Ward 1. However, Council recently approved an item for the requisition of a servitude. We will continue to put pressure on the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements to ensure the speedy development and completion of this project. We want to restore dignity to our people by affording them a place they can call their own home. And I just want to say, just to elaborate more, the Department of Human Settlements has since reached out to us to say that a service provider and a contractor has been appointed, and they will be soon setting up site or going back on site to deliver those houses. Special appreciation or gratitude, my gratitude goes to MMC Moketi Mtsamai for driving the entire process. So thank you, MMC. Speaker, the work to develop Stelo is ongoing. We are currently busy with the electrification process. We are engaging with the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements in regard to issuing land and service stands for our people. I must emphasize that this administration will not allocate stands without site and service. That is very, very important. To bring dignity to the people, it must be accompanied by services, basic services like water and electricity and some sort of sanitation on that particular stand. It is important to ensure that we give dignity to the beneficiaries who are part of the process of land allocation. Speaker, in addition to implementing new projects, Our administration is committed to the ongoing maintenance and improvement of our existing infrastructure and upkeep of all of our areas. We will uphold and enhance the basic operational standards, ensuring that our residents have access to essential services such as clean water, proper sanitation, and well-maintained roads, and a safe and conducive living environment. Our administration remains dedicated to the commitment we made to enhance service delivery in Midvaal. In my maiden State of the Municipality address, I made this promise to the people of Midvaal, open quote, that even if the world around them changes, my commitment to serving them will not, close quote. I would like to once more extend a heartfelt invitation to all honourable members within this esteemed House and across the entire political spectrum. As Helen Keller wisely said, open quote, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much, close quote. Let us unite and continue to work together to thrust and elevate Midvaal to greater heights. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. Mrs. Chabalala.
Items of the Speaker, there are none. Items of the Section 79 committees, there are none. Items of the Mayoral Committee, non-delegated matters. Item C3290, application for cancellation of a right of way servitude in respect of portion 16 of R45 Kliprivier Township. There are no speakers for this item.
Councillor Ndebele.
Thanks, we do agree with the item, but the challenge is that it's stated that this item is for Ward 3. It should be rectified, not Ward 3. The prefer is what? Oh, not the prefer this side. Oh.
Councillor Brits.
Developer, and this developer is waiting 3 years already for this thing to go through. If people develop in Midvaal and put in money here, they want action as quick as possible because the money is laying there, and 3 years is not acceptable to wait so long. We ask all investors from outside to come invest in our municipality, but I think we have to look at our investors here on the moment, our business people who bringing money into our municipality. We must look after our people here. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC Motsamai. Councillor Yani.
Speaker, I'm just requesting a consistency with the application of rules, because Beulah said there are no speakers on this item, but he is speaking. So because I'm going to request that I speak, and you are going to deny me the opportunity.
Point taken, Councillor Yani. Thank you. I will, however, ask Councillor Motsamai, MMC Motsamai, just to respond.
Thank you so much, Speaker. I was not aware that the process took that long, but I can confirm to the Councillor that we take every application and request that we get from our community members very seriously, and we endeavour at all times to respond with as speed as possible. However, Council has its own processes that we unfortunately cannot bypass, and I think for the benefit of Council and everyone, we need to be as fair as possible so that we also don't end up cutting corners and end up doing things. But we also have an investment committee where certain developers are prioritized depending on the value that they are bringing. And then if there's any information that the councillor has of any delays in any developers' applications, they are more than welcome to bring it to our attention so that we can escalate. Thank you so much, Speaker.
Thank you, MMC. Councillor Oyani, having erroneously allowed Councillor Brits to speak, I had to then at least allow a response to it, otherwise it just hangs in the air. And I noticed the Executive Mayor would also like to address this, so I'm going to allow him that as well. Thank you.
Speaker, thank you so much. I just want to echo the sentiments of the MMC by saying that, you know, we obviously position ourselves as an investor-friendly municipality. So therefore, when there is red tape or any of such challenges from potential developers, I think such matters should be escalated directly to the MMC or even to either the Speaker or even myself, because there should never be such red tape. Obviously, there is a process that needs to follow, but I think it should never be, there should never be such red tape of this nature. So 3 years, indeed, I agree with you, Councillor Ockett, that it is unacceptable. But these matters, developers must escalate these matters to senior management so that we can look into it and address it. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. On that basis, ladies and gentlemen, can we accept the item? Thank you very much. Mrs. Chabalala.
Item C3291, emergency bylaw. Speakers for this item is from TYM.
Councillor Oyani.
I withdraw, Speaker.
Thank you. So noted. Can we then accept the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Mr. Chabalala.
Item C3292, reviewed employee transfer policy aligned to the Municipal Staff Regulation, Government Gazette, dated September 2021. There are no speakers for this item.
Concurrence, ladies and gentlemen? Do we agree? Sorry, yes, thank you.
Item C3293, report on municipal amendment regulations on minimum competency levels of 2018, progress report, February 2024. There are no speakers for this item.
Can we pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Mr. Chabalala.
Item C3294, reviewed dress code policy. Speakers for this item is from the TYM and FF+.
Thank you. I'm going to ask Alderman Papers to speak first. Thank you, Alderman.
Speaker, thank you very much. There were two councillors that did not give notice for talking on the council. It was him and him. So just make sure, talk to both of them. Speaker, I've read through this item and I'm quite happy with this. My concern is only the last paragraph saying that somebody does not abide to these rules, the MM will be allowed to send him home or her home, whatever. Question is this: if we send anybody home, is it going to be with full pay? And if it happens again, are they, if they decide not to come back in 2 or 3 days, how that's going to work? And the other great concern that I've got is, will, if you go to a court of law, will it stand? I've been in a situation like this many, many moons ago at Ellis Park. Exactly this has happened, and the accused won all the cases against them. So we must just make sure that this will stand in a court of law. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. Councillor Oyani.
Withdraw.
Thank you, Councillor MMC Gomez.
Thank you, Speaker. So there are a set of rules around what is appropriate dress code. So if you do contravene them, there does need to be some form of consequence management. Otherwise, how do we actually police it? So if somebody does come dressed absolutely inappropriately, they will be sent home not to take the day off, but to change. And those hours that it takes them to do so will be deducted. In terms of it holding up in a court of law, thank you very much for that. We'll definitely check into it, but very much it depends on the merit of the case as to whether it would or not. But we will take that into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, MMC. Can we then pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, sorry. Yes,
No, I just wanted to check something with MMC. Are we going to have a fashion policy in this council?
May we pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala.
Item C3295, bid 8/2/3/108/2023 to 2024, bid for the financing of 200 million rands infrastructure projects for Midvaal local municipality. Speakers for this item is from the TYM.
Councillor Yanni.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I see that part of the reason why we are acquiring this loan is to electrify, is the electrification of informal dwellings. Can you please clarify which informal dwellings are you going to electrify? Because if I call to mind, we made an application for a grant that was going to electrify these informal dwellings. And even the EFF once brought a question to council to say, give us a comprehensive overview, a breakdown of how much you've spent on this project. Because now if we are saying we are acquiring this loan, is it a supplementation of what we already got or what? Can it be clarified here so that we know which exactly informal settlements are you referring to? Are you talking to Stelo? Are you talking to Mamello? Can we get the clarity on that one? Secondly, I see there's a fuel service department. Is this money going to be directed to that garage there? There's a filling station there where Midvaal, Mayor. Because last time I recall there was this thing, ours is leaking, the tank for fuels is leaking. So I want to find out, just to get an update report with regard to that, or how far are we? Yeah. Then I'm also appealing to MPEC. There's a number of projects here, but practically we are not there. We are not doing any oversight visits. So I won't be happy just to see the million this money is intended for zona, but we are not even going to visit to see if this money is really intended for those projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor.
One last question, Speaker.
Yes.
Ever since I became a councillor, Midvaal is owing a lot. Every time we are taking loans, can maybe on the side, can they give me a breakdown of how much are we spending on a monthly basis, repaying these loans that we have taken? Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC. I'm asking MMC Hubbard, are you going to reply?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, Speaker. So the area we're going to electrify is that 3-year project that we're doing now through INEP. So it's supplement funding. So it's Sekelo Extension 5, and we're doing that through a phased-out period of 3 years.
MMC Hutchison.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, yes, we didn't understand the extent of the contamination of the ground when we started the project for the fuel depot at the depot. So we are short of some money because there had to be quite a lot of testing and also the tanks had to be a different type of tank because of the rust that eventually comes. So this is why there is extra money for that depot. So it's not for the garage where we currently purchasing fuel. It will be for our own depot, and hopefully this will be finished by the end of the financial year, and we'll be back to supplying fuel ourselves. You will notice, I wasn't asked, but you will notice that the tender for supplying of diesel is currently running.
Thank you, MMC. Executive Mayor, you want to speak?
Thank you so much, Speaker. I think also something that is important to note is that our borrowings are below 40%, which is lower than the National Treasury norms. And the reason why we went into this was that one of the loans was fully paid off. So we had completed that one, it had matured, and then we took another one for infrastructure development. And then just to say, Councillor Kwena is correct by saying that MPAC, as well as the council itself, is got to do oversight. Now, whenever we open projects, whether we are unveiling them or doing sword turning, normally invitations are sent out to all public reps, but very few actually attend these particular events. So I also want to encourage, as Councillor Kwena says, that not only MPAC, but also other members of this council, so that you can see what it is that we are putting within these reports. You can verify it for yourself and ask these questions. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, sir.
Ke a utlwa councillor hana ke mang ke mo lebetse. Hutchison. Ke utlwa councillor Hutchison ore they are going to use some of this money to supplement for. Aren't you doing a preliminary study to get the scope of work as so how much exactly is going to be used on this project? If you are now going to say, no, we did not know that we are still going to need this much, aren't you doing that? Because now it seems as if we are ship without a rudder, we are just going without direction. So I just want to understand that one. And can it be put on record that I'm requesting, Speaker, from Councillor Hubbard, a breakdown of how much was used, how much is left, and why are we supplementing? I think this reinforces the question that I just asked to say, didn't they know how much is it going to be used to electrify the entire area? Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor MMC Hutchison.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, until we took the tanks, we didn't know the extent of the leaking. And so we had to dig, and then we had to continue digging until the ground tested negative. And so that's very difficult to tell from the top surface. We knew there would be some excavation work, but we didn't know how much until it actually happened. And then just to say also, Speaker, that, sorry, Councillor Kuyani, you asked your second question. It was for, just to say that our infrastructure projects generally over the council, Speaker, are ongoing. So we do as much as we can with that specific allocation. But now when there was an opportunity to take out a loan, we could supplement the current project that's going on. So it happens with our prepaid water meters. You'll know that we started in Savannah Bonded, and we've already gone into Sekelo, into Lakeside and Savannah RDP. So we keep, and to Rissiville. So we keep extending our projects as money becomes available, either through loans or grants or our own funding.
Thank you, MMC. Councillor, I'm going to ask, because the chairperson of MPAC is not here today, Councillor Korisang, could you just note that MPAC does give attention to these matters and bring them up on your agenda at MPAC, please? On that base, can we pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, Mayor.
Speaker, if this will bring some comfort to Councillor Kwena, so to the 10 million, what was supplemented was 1.4 million rand, to exactly what MMC said, what they discovered after their preliminary studies, as you referred to them. So it was exactly about 1.4 million rand. Once the infrastructure is in, it will pay itself off, because currently you can imagine the rate that we are paying from a service provider. So I think within 5 years, all that investment that we've put into that new fuel station would have paid off the entire infrastructure. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm not going to allow it this time, Councillor Brits. Otherwise, I'll be wrapped over the knuckles again by your colleague next to you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we pass the item? Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala.
Item C3296, report on deviations from the supply chain management policy, month of March 2024. Speakers for this item is from the FF+.
Alderman Papers.
Speaker, thank you. Can I allow Councillor to ask a question in my time? Speaker, this deviation, and I coming a long way. And last month, the mayor said that they will look into this matter, him and the MM. It looks like if they looked into it. They didn't investigate yet, but they looked into it because I see it's acceptable now. The question I want to ask is, if they go through the whole thing, will they please give us feedback of what happened, and because there were so many of these things, and I see now it is acceptable. So will they give us feedback, not like in the past, because if you ask for feedback, you don't even get a finger up. So please, I will really appreciate it, but thank you, the two of you. I think you've looked into something through the window or after lunch, I don't know, but something is good. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. But ladies and gentlemen, can we accept the item on that basis? Thank you very much. May, did you want to address it? Sorry.
Speaker, I think it's important that we address this because Councillor or Alderman Papers is very passionate about this particular item. So I am in agreement with him that we should try by all means not to deviate from the supply chain. But it does become difficult, Alderman Papers. I know the MM normally says to me, but Mayor, these are the sole service providers and there's evidence and proof to show that you can only buy this equipment. They're the manufacturers of the TLB Bell, is it Bell, for example, the TLB truck. Those parts for the TLB truck you can only procure from Bell. So then you can't go into the competitive market to try to get the same space, for example. So it's only in that instance where I will accept it. But normally with the other matters, Alderman Papers, as you have seen, as you rightfully said, that there were many other deviations. That is because of poor planning that may have happened within the departments, and it is something that we have strengthened on. Hence, there are very fewer deviations now in these reports. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can we then pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Ms. Chabalala.
Item C3297, MFMA cost containment measures for the third quarter ending 31 March 2024. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement? Thank you. Please proceed.
Item C3298, report on withdrawals in terms of Section 11 of the MFMA 1 January 2024 to 31 March 2024. Speakers for this item is from the TYM.
Councillor Yanni.
No, I withdraw on that one, Speaker.
Thank you. Can we pass the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Please proceed.
Item C3299, report on financial results for the month of March 2024 as required by Section 71 and 52 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. An annexure has been circulated under this item. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement, ladies and gentlemen? Councillor Yanni, I'm allowing you one extra because of your earlier complaint.
I'm not speaking. I just wanted to register my vote against this item. Up until I've met with the MMC to explain what I sent to you. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, Speaker, can I just respond
Yes.
there? Just to say that the agreement within council is that he would make an appointment with his CFO. To date, we've had no correspondence to make an appointment to be able to explain to him. So if I can please reiterate that he makes an appointment with the Secretary of the CFO, and we will gladly accommodate him.
Okay. Speaker?
Councillor Yanni.
MMC is lying. There's never been such a thing. I must see the CFO. I received a call or a message from the CFO to discuss something on the agenda, not what she's talking about. She must not lie. But if there's that flexibility...
Councillor, I'm going to interrupt you. As in Parliament, in this House, you may not call a fellow member a liar or tell them they're lying. You can say you didn't receive anything, but you can't say they're lying, please. That's unparliamentary speech.
But Speaker, what do you call a person who's lying? A liar.
You have to find another way of saying it, Councillor. You need to be more diplomatic. Are you requesting us to note your objection? Your objection against this item? All right. Thank you. Please do that, ladies.
Just ask that
Yes, you
with
can, of course,
Councillor
ma'am.
Kwena's objection, that within the minutes it must reflect as per his concerns that he has not met, so that somebody or the public that is reading this, they can understand better that he may not be objecting to the contents or this particular item that we are hearing here today, but it is also based on the fact that he has not been given an opportunity to speak to whether the CFO or the MMC in regards to a question that may have arisen in the previous reports. Thank you.
Yes, Mayor, we will ensure that it's recorded that way, that the objection is sort of temporary until such time as you're satisfied. Acceptable? Can we pass it on that basis, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3300, Midvaal Local Municipality Structured Work Policy, Clocking Attendance and Punctuality. There are no speakers for this item.
Can we pass it, gentlemen? Thank you.
Item C3301, Asset Register Verification and Updating 2023-2024 Financial Year. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement? Thank you. Please proceed.
Item C3302, Request for Amendment of Vote for Environment of Funds on the CAPEX Budget for 2023-2024. There are no speakers for this item.
Do we have consensus? Thank you very much. Please proceed, Ms. Chabalala.
Item C3303, Municipal Property Rates Act Section 32 and Section Property Rates Act Number 6 of 2004 as amended. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Chabalala.
Items of the Mayoral Committee Delegated Matters. Item B5225, Performance Outcome of the Performance Indicators for Job Levels 1 to 4 for the 2023 and 2024 financial year quarter 1. And item B5226, Performance Outcome of the Performance Indicators for Job Levels 1 to 4 for the 2023-2024 financial year quarter 2. Speakers for these two items are from the FF+.
Alderman Papers, can you address them both together? I'm sure. Thank you.
Speaker, thank you. Again, it's just a question. I've asked a lot of questions regarding this, and the answers was also good. The only thing, maybe I've missed it or I've misread it, but I haven't seen any reports regarding this. It's something that I can, you see it and I hear it, maybe I missed it. I'm just querying, I didn't see any reports on the two items. Thank
you. Councillor Gomez?
Thank you, Speaker. So these are items that don't come up to council level. They are items of the Mayoral Committee that we do. It is actually a really good report, and it gives a very good background of how the KPIs and the PIs do, how they are measured. So in the council minutes, it literally just gives the feedback from the Mayoral Committee. Yeah, can he, a report can be forthcoming.
Yeah, Speaker, I think I actually addressed it with the Mayoral Committee. I asked whether is it an item that we could perhaps bring to council. I mean, we are a transparent government, Speaker, so if Alderman Papers wants us to bring this report to council as a council item, then I'm prepared to do so that council can be fully aware and we can engage on it. But it is a delegated item, so if you are comfortable, Alderman Papers, that we bring it in this platform, more than willing to do so. We are a transparent government, so we can do that.
Asking, and yes, if it can happen, especially on salaries and things, it is a very, is it the word, geslag. But we as opposition in parliament, but they just don't, they just ignore the other councillors. So much so that it's 5, 6 months that they don't even say, yes, thank you, I received it. So I just had to take other steps to get these things. But if we can do that, and just one council, so at least we must know what's going on, whether to vote for you or not. More or less. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman, if I remember correctly, because of your question on this item, the report was circulated earlier today. So it went out earlier, the report of the outcomes. I remember seeing it on my email. I don't know whether everybody else got it, but you may find it. If you go and look at your emails for today, earlier today, you'll find it there. Yes, the report that goes with this.
Speaker, thank you. Luckily, it's not after the meeting, but we'll check it next time.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that brings us to the end of the items for the Mayoral Committee delegated matters. Ms. Chabalala?
Official notices of the Executive Mayor.
Speaker, I think I've said enough for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Ms. Chabalala?
New motions, there are none. Last item, closure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the fourth Ordinary Council meeting of 2024. I thank you all for your attendance and for, I'm hearing a noise there. Somebody waiting to say something? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm adjourning the meeting. Please go well, take care and look after yourselves.
Yeah.